Welcome to the second episode of the Backrooms D&D-esque experience type thing. I'm back again with Buna. Say hi, Buna.
Hello.
And we're going to dive into the next level of Backrooms. So last time we ended off of Buna getting past level 0, aka the tutorial level, and now we're into level 1. So, as you approach down the stairs that go down one floor, you see a door in front of you. I'm assuming you want to open the door.
Yeah.
You open the door. In front of you is a hallway. It looks almost like the basement of an apartment building, or maybe a school or a hospital, where the walls are pretty much bare concrete. You can see exposed wiring and some fluorescent lights lighting your way. You also notice that the floor is also a concrete, which puddles are starting to gather in. You walk to the end of the hall, and it starts to open up into a much larger... It almost looks like an underground parking lot or a basement building storage area. There's an absence of people, but it is a large space ahead of you.
Okay.
As you walk forward into this large space, you see a wood box off to your side. You don't know what it is about this wood box, but it almost seems out of place here. What would you like to do?
Can I try to open the wood box?
Yes, you can. You open the wood box. It takes some, strength because you don't have a crowbar or anything that can really help you open it, but you manage to crack it open. And you find a few things that you think are going to help you along the way. You find a knife, like a small pocket knife. It's got some other tools, like a little screwdriver, a bottle opener, and things like that, like a little Swiss Army knife. Mm-hmm. You also find another bottle of almond water, which is helpful because you almost finished your first bottle already. Almond water has never really been your thing, but it's pretty much all there is to drink around here. But luckily with all these puddles, you know you're not going to die of thirst. You also find a rope and a backpack. Also, since we started off with you going to school, you have anything you would normally have in your backpack. So what do you normally have in your backpack when you go to school, Buna?
When I go to school, it's my binder, a pencil, my extra hat, and a thing of cinnamon. Oh, okay. And water.
You have all of these things with you as well.
I got my cinnamon, yay!
Why do you have a thing of cinnamon?
I brought cinnamon to school a couple times, and we'd throw it around. I got in trouble from the principal and stuff. Great.
Okay. We're gonna continue on.
As well.
So, as you start exploring this place, you start to realize, like the room you've been in before, this isn't, like the previous floor, level I should say, this is pretty much a labyrinth. But instead of just short rooms, it is much larger corridors. Some of them open up into a lot larger warehouse areas. There's a lot of offshoots of small corridors, as well as, you see an elevator.
Ooh. Can I try to take the elevator?
Yes, you can try to take the elevator. You click both buttons, and to your surprise, they both work.
Let's go.
Would you like to go up or down?
I'd like to go up.
Okay. So you end up going up, and, you expected it to take you either to level 0 or perhaps an entirely different place. But to your surprise, you are not in the exact same place you were before, but it is a new space. It's a new area of the same type of level. So you're still on level 1, but just in a different area of it. But you got pretty lucky, because this area... Well, let me see if you got pretty lucky. You got pretty lucky. And you start to see like writing on the wall in the same kind of black ink that basically says, what the fuck does it say? It says, Trader's Keep. And then there's an arrow pointing to a left, we'll say.
Then I want to go left.
You start walking left along the walls. And you follow the arrows as they repeat. And you're following it, you see more offshoots, more loose wiring. And then as you're following the arrows down one hallway, you see something that you think you didn't fucking see. So you walk past it for a second, and then you kind of do a double take where you walk a few steps back, and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Because you see a diner that just simply says Tom's Diner.
Can I go to the diner?
You can go to the diner. So
Yay.
you go to the diner. As you get closer, you realize, this is a real diner. You walk inside, and it's pretty much what you'd expect, but with a slight caveat. Instead of like normal seats and everything, it looks like it's been cobbled together and built using the things around on this level. So instead of like well-made seats, there's the seats are made out of insulation with some weird covering, and it's not like store-bought seats. It looks like it was made together with like scrap metal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few people eating. They kind of look depressed. Their clothes have gotten worn down. And there's a man behind the bar. Well, I think it's called a bar at a diner still. But behind the counter, and he's polishing a glass. And he looks at you and he goes, "You new?
Yeah.
How long you been here?"
I've lost track of time.
The large man looks at you and he goes, "Well, you should probably learn how this place works. You met anyone else down here?"
No, except for some guy named Frank.
"Oh, you met Frank."
Yeah.
Frank's pretty good. He goes up to level 0 most of the time. It's one of the latter levels, but someone's got to keep the area stocked in case someone gets lost. Ever since Frank started doing his runs, more and more people have been making it down to level 1. It's always a shame when we lose someone up there, but Frank's one of the good ones. Anyway, what's your name?
I'm Nathan.
Oh, welcome, Nathan. He reaches forward to shake your hands.
Oh, I shake it back.
He gives you a nice firm handshake, and he goes, "Let me get you," he looks at your age, and he's like, "Maybe alcohol's not the right choice. Let me get you a milkshake.
Ouch.
What flavor do you like?"
Vanilla?
"Alright, will do." He gets you a vanilla milkshake. As you start to, like, take a sip, he goes, "Just so you know, the first one's free, but everything else you need to trade around here. I'm not sure if you've seen them yet, but sometimes these boxes and these crates will appear around here. Have you ever seen something like that?"
Yeah, I opened up one.
You got lucky. If you take too long to open them, sometimes the lights around here will start flickering. And then the crates, boom, will disappear just like that. You gotta be quick when you go get them.
Okay.
The supplies in there can be valuable to everyone.
Alright. Can I leave the diner now?
Yep. Or you could ask more questions.
I'll leave. I'll be...
He goes, "Have a good one. And don't look at
You
the
too."
smileys."
You know what? I want to go back and ask him what these smileys are.
Good choice. Alright. Quickly pause the recording. And we're back. So he goes, "Oh, no one told you about the smileys?"
I was just told not to look at them.
Well,
That's all.
Well, make sure you look at them. That's going to be how you die. So, most people call them the Smilers, and the people in Meg call them Entity 3. They're one of the first ones that were discovered down here. You'll know when you see them because they hang around in dark areas. You should be generally safe up here, though. Not many of them make it to level 1. It's a pretty rare instance. But in a dark area, if you see white gleaming teeth and eyes, always maintain eye contact. Once you get around a corner, you should be fine. They might still try to chase you. They're generally hostile, but a few of them have shown to be a little passive. I myself have run into one just a few months back. I was terrified. I was holding a lighter trying to see my way around. Blackouts down here aren't unusual, but normally it's fine since this area is pretty safe. But that day I saw one. I threw my lighter, and it seems like they're attracted to light because they chased right after it. There was only 2, which is more than usual. Most of the time up here we only ever see like maybe 1, if ever. But if you see one, just be sure you can get away in time. Because they'll be distracted easily, but they can tend to be pretty fast.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, you have a good one. I don't know if you saw the arrows, but the... Ooh, what was it called? The Trader Keep, I think?
Yeah, I think.
Yep. The Trader's Keep is just down the hole that way. They bring me supplies every now and then. It might take, a day or so for you to walk that far. So make sure to keep stocked.
Okay.
Okay. So you leave Tom's Diner, and that's who you can assume is Tom.
Yep.
And you start walking down. The monotony of the area is a little bit better than the previous level, but what Tom told you about the Smilers kind of weighs on you. Like, do you have anything that you can even use to distract these things? Or can you even run from something like that? What happens if there's a blackout? Are you going to run out of supplies before you get to the Trader's Keep? These thoughts keep on weighing on your mind as your heart starts to beat louder and louder. That is not the heartbeat. That is also not the heartbeat. There we go.
There we go.
After a few hours of walking, you start to get nervous. What's going to happen? Can I get away? As the lights begin to flicker around you. And right ahead of you, down one of the corridors that you had to walk through to get to where the arrows are pointing, there's one. You can't see anything in the dark hall except for the gleam of the eyes and teeth as this grin widens as it looks at you. You can tell that it's about 30 feet away. What do you want to do?
I guess back up while looking at it?
You back up. It slowly follows as you back up, basically at the same pace. You get to the edge of the wall where the big warehouse meets the hallway. What would you like to do? In the big warehouse, most of the lights are on, but around the entrance of the hall, some of the lights have turned off.
I guess back up into the warehouse, yeah?
You back up into the big room. The thing seems almost hesitant to follow you out. But you don't know how you're going to be able to get past it. What do you want to do?
Can I throw my thing of, what was it?
Almond water?
Cinnamon?
Oh, cinnamon?
Yeah, my thing is cinnamon.
You can throw your thing
Try
of
to
cinnamon.
distract it. Yay.
Where do you want to throw it? Behind it? Towards it? At it?
Behind it.
Okay. You,
See if that distracts it.
I will say, yeah, okay. Okay. So you throw your thing of cinnamon behind it, and as it shatters and releases, that good old cinnamony smell, I'm assuming it's like a glass thing of cinnamon.
Yeah.
You can see that its eyes and teeth fades as it turns the opposite direction. And it starts approaching, investigating, almost curious. You've distracted it, but you don't know any other ways to get to this trader keep. And, well, you don't know how to navigate this area. You can try to search for other ways around, but how are you going to try to get past it?
So it's in the hall investigating.
Yes.
I don't think I can sneak past it. I don't want to try that either. Can I look around the room, see if there's something else?
Okay. You look around the room. You see it's a big warehouse area. You start searching around for a box or something, anything that can help you in this situation. Now that it's distracted, you basically have a few minutes to look. You start peering around corners, you start opening rooms that lead to nowhere, and then finally, you find it, another box very similar to one you found before. You look inside of it, and there's a lighter. You find a lighter, 2 matches, and let me think for a second. Lighter, 2 matches, and a paintbrush.
And they're attracted to light? What, scared of light?
Attracted to light.
Oh, okay, attracted. Now in the hallway that it's in, is there any separate corridors that it can go down?
You can't tell because it's currently too dark.
Too dark.
It's pitch black in the area it's standing. All you can see are the gleam of its eyes and teeth. When it turned around, it almost looked like it went invisible. The only reason why you know it's still there is because you can't see the thing of cinnamon that you threw because it's standing in front of it. Well, not like in between you and the cinnamon.
I wanna take one of the matches, okay?
Yep.
Light the paintbrush bristles on fire and throw it down there.
Okay. You light the paintbrush bristles on fire and you throw it down there. You give your best toss. You give your best toss. And by luck, it hits a pipe, spirals off into another hall that's an offshoot of this hallway. When you threw your paintbrush, it lit up the hallway, so you know that this big warehouse area you're currently in goes into a hall that's basically in a T shape. And it went down one side of the T, and the side directly ahead of you, you could see that there was another big warehouse area. You notice that the creature, you can hear it scuttle off after the paintbrush.
Okay, I want to go in the other big warehouse area.
Okay. Do you want to sneak past it, or do you want to run past it?
Sneak past it?
Okay. You try to be as quiet as possible. The only thing you can hear is the sound of your heart throbbing as you slowly try to get past it. Everything seems so sensitive to you. As you see, what you think is the outline of the creature being illuminated by your lit paintbrush, as it seems infatuated with the light. You move into another big warehouse area, and you feel safe. You see that, just like the upper side of the hall, the lights around the hall on this side of the warehouse are also off. But you can see about 100 feet in one direction that the lights are back on in that direction. and you see another what did I say? Like note painting scratch that says Trader's Keep this way. And you make it past the Smiler. Up ahead in the distance, you start seeing, it almost looks like a hobo town, but a lot more built up than that. There's gates and spotlights, and you can start to hear the bustling of people behind the walls, and you know that you've made it to Trader's Keep. And you feel good that you made it past such a harrowing thing. Surely you wouldn't have to experience any of that again. And that is where I think we're going to end it for this time. Thank you guys for watching. There will be 2 more videos next week. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.